Hey guys, this is Gene Jensen. I've got a mess of crappie to fillet up real quick, and they're pretty good size. This is one of the bigger ones, but anyway, I figured I'd make a video about it, show you guys how I fillet a fish. Now, and like skinning a cat, there's a million ways to do it, but this is how I do it, and this is how I've always done it, and it works for me. But anyway, the equipment that I use is a big cutting board. I've got a bucket down on the floor to take all the trash and everything else. I've got a big bowl, and I put a little bit of water in the bowl. What that does is when I throw the fillets in there, it allows anything that's like scales or anything that's gotten on the fillets to kind of settle down to the bottom. Makes it easier to clean once I get it in the house. I use a fillet knife, or an electric fillet knife. The reason I use an electric fillet knife is because it's faster, and I have today I've got like 30 crappie to clean, so I want to be able to get it done as fast as I can. With a regular fillet knife, for safety reasons, if you're going to use a regular fillet knife, make sure you scale your fish first. The reason you do that is because if you leave the scales on and try to use a regular fillet knife, that fillet knife could slip off and cut you. Just harder for it to cut through the scales. So you scale them real good, and then you fillet them out. But that's why I use an electric fillet knife, because you really don't need to scale them. You just go at it. I have a little scraper. My wife kills me when I use this, but I use it every time, and it just scrapes all the slime and everything gets on the cutting board off into the bucket. Cooler of ice with fish in it, and that's it. That's what I've got. So let me get to town, and I'll do a few of these up on video, and hopefully you can learn something by the end of it. All right, now the first thing I do is I run up underneath this fin. Okay, and I go just like this. I just make a cut all the way around to right here. I either start here and run that way, or start there and run that way. But either way, it's cut just like that until I feel the backbone with my fillet knife right here. Okay, and then I stop. Then I turn my fish this way, turn my knife around, and I run right along the backbone. And the whole time I'm feeling for that rib cage. I don't want to cut through that rib cage yet. Okay, I go just like this. I'm on the back side of the rib cage. I poke my knife all the way through, leaving it up against the backbone. Okay, the reason you use a fillet knife is because it's flexible. Okay, now I stick it all the way through, and I make sure that it comes out above this fin. Now I kind of turn my hand just a hair, just a couple of degrees, and I run right along the backbone. And I don't cut through that tail. Turn my knife around, come back up to here. With my thumb, my left hand thumb, I pull the meat away from the backbone. Okay, cut just like that. Finish cutting that off. Now watch, you just flip this over. Take your knife, run it down till you hit the skin. Then turn it, and this is another reason why you have that flexible knife. You run it take it to the edge of your cutting board, pushing down, and with a slight angle downward, you just run right along that skin. And there you have a perfect fillet. Okay, I left a little bit of meat on right there. I need to make sure I turn that blade down when I come up this way. Okay, flip it over. Same thing, gonna start right here. Run along the backbone. Okay. Flip it over. With my thumb, hold that meat up right here. Okay. Flip it over. Right down to the skin. And then push. Make sure you bend that blade. Another perfect fillet. All right, now here's where you got a decision to make, okay? If I'm, let me turn this up just a hair. If I'm feeding myself, okay, I leave the rib cage on because I want to eat all that meat and stuff like that. But if I'm going to feed this to other people, I don't want to take the chance of getting any of these little pin bones. There's these little bitty pin bones that are right on the other side of this rib cage right here. I don't want to take any chance of getting pin bones in the food where other people are eating them. Just not a good thing. So if I'm feeding other people, I just cut that rib cage out, and I make sure I get just above that rib cage, cut down at a slight angle. Okay, and then I basically just follow the rib cage around. Okay, and that's quite a bit of, that's more waste than I like to use for myself. But like I said, when I'm feeding other people, I don't want to take any chances of having any rib bones or any of those pin bones in the fillet. Okay, and that's the fillet. Throw it in the water. I'll do the same thing with the other one. Just like that. Oop. A little bit of the tips of the ribs. I always feel for them, but anyway. All right, I'm gonna do one full speed and let you watch. Oops. Trash. All right, and that's it. All right, so if I had to pick some of the things that could go wrong, you could cut through the backbone. One of the keys to success in filleting any fish is to keep that knife above the backbone. If you happen to cut through, which happens quite a bit, just pull back out, start it all over, make sure that knife runs along that backbone on both fillets, on both sides. Another thing that might happen is you might cut the fillet completely off before you've skinned it. That's no problem. You just lay your fingers down, grab hold of the meat, and then just fillet it right out and hold on to or grab hold of the skin and hold on to the skin as you're filleting it out. So those are just some of the things that can go wrong. You don't want to cut through the backbone. It's just tough once you do it. You tend to you tend to mess up a fillet when you cut through the backbone. The only drawback to using an electric knife is that it overheats when you're using a lot of fish. I'm trying to find one that doesn't do that, but they all do. Ah, come on. Make sure you're above the backbone. And you'll know you're not above the backbone when you poke through and it's on the other side of the fin. Come on. All right, and that's it. I hope you learned something. I hope you can go out and catch you some fish. You guys know I don't keep bass. It's just me. I'd rather eat a crappie than any day and anything else in our lake. So anyway, so that's why I use crappie. Man, my hand's cold. I got all my fish in ice water. But anyway, remember to go back and watch the rest of my videos. Tell your friends about my videos, and you guys know my my new slogan is teaching the world to fish, and I really want to teach as many people as I can. So I need your help. Go out and share my videos on Facebook and on Instagram. Tell your friends about my videos. Tell your friends that, you know, this is a good way to learn how to fish. You know, and I'm going to keep putting them out as long as I can, as long as I'm still breathing air. I'm going to be making videos. So have a great day. Get out on the water. Have some fun fishing.
That's a good one. Love it. I don't think I'm gonna bass fish anymore. Kidding. Look at that.